I am a-fixin' to show you how to make Vern and I's favorite yellow squash, zucchini, and carrot casserole. It's absolutely fantastic. Hello. It's perfect for the holidays, and sometimes I double the recipe and actually freeze one. It is dead easy to do. It's got some onion, a little bit of garlic, and I'm gonna put some nutmeg in it, which adds a fantastic flavor. And I'm gonna link you this product in my Amazon store. This is a nutmeg grinder, and you use the little nutmegs. And you can get those on Amazon too. Absolutely love it. You can certainly use the spice nutmeg, but this is so much better. So we're gonna get started, and the first thing I do is wash my vegetables. You need to wash yours. You don't know who's been touching these in the grocery nut-in, okay? So wash your vegetables. You peel your carrots, okay, so that you have a good product to use. And the first thing I'm gonna do is chop up my carrots into smaller pieces. The zucchini, the squash, and the zucchini, I'm gonna do the same thing with, and I'll show you after I chop those. Dead easy to make, absolutely delicious. So I cut my carrot into rounds, and then I cut those in half because these are going to boil with our squash and zucchini. Dead easy to do. I'll show you how I do it with the squash. I'm going to slice them into rounds. I'm going to cut this into 4 pieces. You're thinking of bite-sized pieces in a casserole. This one I'm going to do in 3 pieces. Same thing, 3 pieces. 3. So I have my zucchini, my squash, and my carrots chopped. And I've also chopped up, I had 2 small, you want 1 medium onion and a small amount of garlic. You can even use the the chopped garlic in a jar. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in a large pot, and I'm just going to cover it to the top with water. We're going to boil that away. Usually takes about 20 minutes till these become tender, not smushy, okay, not so soft. And this, I'll be sauteing in a little skillet till they're translucent. Then I'll be adding my chopped garlic. Very easy recipe to make, absolutely beautiful to serve. It's very colorful and it's delicious, which is what counts more than anything. So I've got my vintage, very large Tupperware bowl ready. We'll be adding 2 eggs. Oops. We'll also be adding some cheese. I'm just using some store-purchased cheese, and it's mild cheddar, sharp cheddar, and Vermont white cheddar cheese. You can use all cheddar if you want, all white cheddar, whatever turns you on, whatever floats your boat. This is what we're doing. The only spice that I add is the nutmeg, some kosher salt, and white pepper, only because I don't like black pepper flakes sitting on something because it looks ugly. So I'll roll with the white pepper on something like this. And of course, I wouldn't be a gal from Louisiana if I didn't just put in a couple dashes of Tabasco. You will want to use some type of hot sauce into yours to give a little bit of kick of flavor because it is a delicious, delicious dish. So my squash and zucchini are cooking along and the water's hot. And once they're tender, I will drain them and then they'll go into this bowl with the cheese and the eggs and the onions and a little bit of garlic. So not hard to put together, and it is a crowd pleaser. So I'm going to get a little bit of oil and my butter hot, and this is what I'm going to put the onions and that small amount of garlic in. But I also have crushed up a sleeve of Ritz crackers, which once we remove the onions, we'll add a little more butter, and we are going to toast these around, and some of these will go in our casserole to help bind it, and the rest will be put on the top. Not hard to make, very few ingredients. Let's get our onions in here and then our garlic. So I've got my garlic separate. And if you do not use a little bench scraper in your kitchen, you should. I have that under some of my favorite things in my Amazon storefront as well. You won't dull your knife running along trying to get this into a pan. All right, our onions are tender, so let's get our small amount of garlic in here and make sure we do not burn it. Remove this so that we can toast our Ritz crackers. So not hard. I can do it, you could do it. All right, let's get some of our crushed Ritz crackers in here and toast around in this butter. It ain't margarine, it's butter. Because butter is good. I remember when there was the war on butter. Butter's bad. Eat margarine, you know, something animals won't even eat. This is a household of the butter. And considering I grew to be 67 years old and not on any prescription medicines, okay, butter's where it's at. Oh, yeah. I'm going to toast these up. Alrighty then. Our onions are done. We're going to put them in this large bowl. This was my mother's bowl. I've had it forever, and I love it. Now, we're going to get our squash mixture that I have put through a colander. And the way you know they're ready is that your carrots, you can slide a fork into your carrot. But I don't want mushy vegetables, okay? So my carrots aren't super soft. So let's pour them in here. We do not want to add our eggs, but we're going to add our cheese while this is hot, because we're not making scrambled eggs. So we're going to incorporate the onions here on the bottom, but while it is hot, I am going to add my spices. So first, my white pepper. Just a little salt. If it's not salty enough for people, they can add their own. A couple grinds of our nutmeg. This is the greatest thing ever. And let's add some cheese, because it can melt and won't do anything bad, like eggs would. So it's incorporation. Now I'm going to take my potato smasher, and I'm going to smash a couple of these, but not much. Oh yeah, I can still feel some good firmness to my carrot. So that's plural. More cheese, because, you know, shoot, more cheese. If you don't like cheese, I don't know what you would do here. But I, and considering my nickname growing up was Mouse, am a lover of the cheese. We're also gonna add, after we do our eggs, our leftover Ritz crackers. If I need more, of course I have more. I am a food storage enthusiast, so I am seldom in a predicament of, oh gosh, I don't have any of that. So now we're going to let this cool before we do anything else. It ain't hard. And this will become one of your most favorite holiday dishes. And if we bring a side somewhere, if I'm not asked to bring my shrimp or crab dip, I'm asked to bring this or my deviled eggs. So most people get a choice. I get instructions, okay? And I'm going to butter a casserole that this is going to go into, and it'll cook at 350 for about 20-25 minutes. And we're going to sprinkle our buttered, toasted Ritz crackers on the top of that. I'm looking forward to this. Sorry, it's getting darker in here because it gets dark earlier. We had to fall back, couple dribbles of Tabasco. Use whatever hot sauce you want. You're not going to make this super, super hot. Still too hot for our eggs, so we will check back. In the meantime, I've cleaned up the mess I had made. Oh, yeah. We are cooled enough to add our eggs. Scrape them in here, mix them up, and this will determine how many of the Ritz crumbs we use. Because this is going to pull it together in a beautiful thing. Excuse my racket. This is why you got to clean your hands. Very clean hands. And I tasted it, and I gave it 2 more turns of the nutmeg. Seemed to be perfect. I am going to put some more crackers in here, but that is not hard to do. I'll be back. All right, that addition of the crushed Ritz crackers seemed to be perfect. Now I have buttered this casserole. Oh, this is a beautiful thing. Now, I scrape all of it out. I paid for every bit of this. Get my money's worth. Let me get another spoon. Okay, I'll make a little racket with my spoon action. You'll be okay. I'm getting what I paid for. This will be a little noisy. You'll still be fine. And this is very rich. I often get myself too big a piece and can't eat the whole thing. Oh. So I'm going to smash it around. This is where the parts that I smashed with my potato smasher come in handy. And now we're going to put our buttered crumbs on the top. So not hard. Okay, Vern wants some cheese sprinkled on the top. So he gets cheese on the top. I have been doing time, also known as married, for 44 years. So that's working for me. Let me get my crumbs back, my buttered crumbs. We return to the scene of our original crime here. The skillet, of course, has cooled. Woohoo! All right, and that is the perfect amount to go on the top. So now 325 for about 20 to 25 minutes, or until this is nice and bubbly. Oh. Vern heard the timer. Vern came rushing in, ready to grab a spoon. That's not how this works. Just like macaroni and cheese or scallop potato dish, this needs to sit for at least 10 minutes. So I'm going to set the timer for 10 minutes. And then we are going to dish ourselves up a spoon. Oh, yes, we are. Ooh-wee! The timer of 10 minutes went off. You should wait longer. We're not doing it. We're not having it. We are going in here now. Oh my goodness. You can smell the light nutmeg as well. Holy cow. Nice. This is what it looks like when it comes out. Without a doubt, the best part of cooking is the taste test. And it's going to be warm. And I don't care. Because I'm going to foo it. This is so good. Goodness gracious. Gotta foo it. That is fabulous.